Hello civil engineers, uploading the third video, solutions to American Code Civil Engineering Quiz Series for September 2020. This is the third video for the solutions, and it covers the solutions to quiz from 13th to 18th September 2020. Hope you all find it useful. I had conducted this quiz during lockdown in September 20. Many engineers, civil engineers all over the world participated. Winners list is in the first solution video. I'll put the link to it in the comment box below. The quiz series was conducted to increase the awareness about different country codes. Hope someone finds it useful. Do subscribe to my channel, like, share videos with your friends and colleagues. Do join my online civil engineering courses. So starting with now the quiz solution, many engineers who attempted the quiz, they requested for the solutions. Instead of sending them solutions one to one, I thought of preparing the solutions video and uploaded it on my YouTube channel MSG Engineering. So this is now going to the day 13, Sunday 13 September, and the question was total how many risk categories are there in the American Code for a minimum design load and associated criteria for buildings and other structures. Choose the correct alternative, and the four alternatives were given: A 6, B 5, C 4 and D 3, and the correct answer is 4. This code I am talking about, American Code for Minimum Design Load, this is a basically loading code of USA. It is called ASCE 7, and the risk categories, number of risk categories they discuss is 4. So for giving explanation and giving reference for my answer, for explanation refer below the cover page of the American Code for minimum design loads and associated criteria for buildings and other structure. It is ASCE SEI 716. So ASCE is American Society for Civil Engineers. 7 ASCE 7 is the code, and 2016 is the latest version. And I have attached page 4.5 table 1.51 from that code, and that table 1.5-1 is the risk category of buildings table, and this table shows that there are 4 risk categories. So I have attached the table. Do have a look at it. If you want any codes, or if you want to know more about American codes and the design procedures, do contact me, do join my academy. So next page, for day 13, explanation or reference for the correct quiz answer, I'll read out for you all. Risk category, a categorization of buildings and other structures for determination of flood, wind, ice, snow and earthquake loads based on the risk to human life, health and welfare associated with their unacceptable performance, damage or failure by nature of their occupancy or use. So the risk category depends on all these loads: wind, ice, snow, earthquake, etc., and it depends on the unacceptable performance of those structures. Each building or other structure shall be assigned to the highest applicable risk category or categories. Assignment of a building or other structure to multiple risk categories based on the type of load condition being evaluated, e.g., for example, snow or seismic, shall be permitted. When the building code or other reference standards specifies an occupancy category, the risk category shall not be taken as lower than the occupancy categories specified therein. So these are the clauses to choose a correct category. So in the design of any structure, it is very important to choose a right risk category associated with it. so that you can choose the right parameters or coefficients. So do have look at this AC716 risk categories. Next, I am going to the day 14, Monday 14 September, and the quiz question was, which new appendix is added in the latest American code for minimum design loads and associated criteria for buildings and other structures? Choose correct answer from the following four options. A was new seismic site classification coefficients. B, new cladding wind pressure coefficient. C, new tsunami loads. D, new fire effects. And the correct answer is D, new fire effects. New fire effect load appendix was added in the latest revision of AC7. The latest revision is 2016. And to give reference, people ask me for the reference page numbers or clause numbers, so I have attached the cover page of AC7 2016. ACE is American Society for Civil Engineers. ACE stroke SEI, and I have also attached Appendix E, which was added. It is on page number 815 of the code. This is Appendix E for fire effects, and this was newly added in 2016 revision. It was not there earlier. SEI stands for Structural Engineering Institute, and this was the reference for that. I have also attached few parts, snapshots from the Appendix E for fire effects. Fire effects: all structure comply with applicable fire protection requirements of building code or performance based approach. Design fire scenarios, structural stability, egress, etc. So this is about fire effects. The Appendix CE, it is discussing like this, and there is also one small publication available. What are the big changes in AC7 2016? What were the major changes compared to the earlier version of AC7? So in 2016 the title got changed, chapter 1 was modified, then tsunami loads were added, that was a chapter added, and the new appendix added was on fire effects. So that is in a way a proof to my quiz solution answer, quiz question answer. So now going to the day 15, Tuesday 15 September, and the question was, which of the following occupancies have the maximum live loads per the latest AC7, the loading code. AC7 is in a way a loading code of America, and maximum live loads were asked, and the four occupancies were described in the question. A was armories and drill rooms. B was assembly areas, stage floors. C was sidewalks, vehicular driveways and yards subjected to trucking. And D was roof areas used for assembly purposes. All these are heavy live loads occupancies, but maximum live load as per AC7 is for option C, that is sidewalks, vehicular driveways and yards subjected to trucking. And reference for that I have attached again cover page of AC716. This you have seen for the earlier question also, and also I have attached table number 4.3.1. I have attached a snapshot of that. Table number 4.3.1 is minimum uniformly distributed live loads L0 and minimum concentrated live loads. It is on page 14 of the code. This is that table 4.3.1, and this is the occupancy list of occupancies, and these are the, as against that, this is a list of live loads L0, They are there in PSF, pounds per square feet, and in the bracket, the values in the brackets are in kilonewton per meter square. So this AC7 can be used for both the foot pound system codes or even for the SI system codes. And all other occupancies I have highlighted in yellow, and the occupancy which is having maximum live load I have circled in a pen, black pen. So sidewalks, vehicular driveways and yard subject to trucking, it has 250 PSF, pounds per square feet, or in the bracket 11.97 kilonewton per meter square is the maximum live load. So almost 12 kilonewton per meter square is the maximum live load considered as per AC7. So if you want to know more about the American codes, do contact me. Next is question number 16, day 16, Wednesday 16 September 2020, and the question was, which of the following code is referred for flood resistant design and construction apart from the latest AC7? Choose the correct alternative. And the four alternatives were given in the quiz. A is AASHTO LRFD, B is ASCE 24, C option is AC37, and D option is AC41. And out of all these four options given, option B, AC24 is the correct option. And reference for that, I have attached a cover page of AC7 2016, the loading code of USA, and then I have also shown a snapshot of C6 index page showing flood loads chapter. So this is a C5 in the index or in the contents. C5 chapter is for flood loads, and C5.1 to C5.4 the information about flood loads is given. If you go to further page, the correct answer, as I said, is AC24. AC is American Society for Civil Engineers, and 24th code is used for flood loads. For explanation, find attached AC7 16 chapter 5 page 21 clause 5.3.3 and AC24 cover page and abstract of flood resistant design and construction. So all these attachments or all these references I have attached on this page. This is that 5.3.3 clause in AC7. This is on page 21. So loads on breakaway walls and partitions required by AC7 to break away, including their connections to the structure, shall be designed for largest of the following loads, and these loads are flood resistant design. AC24 2014 provides minimum requirements for design and construction of structures located in flood hazard areas. So the latest version for this is, as I said, 2014. Okay, and this is the cover page for AC24 2014, flood resistant design and construction. So when you are designing a structure in any flood prone area, apart from AC7, which is a loading code of USA, AC7 2016 is the latest version. Apart from chapter 5 in that loading code, you should also refer to ASCE 24 2014, which is a code for American code for flood resistant design and construction. So I hope you are satisfied with the references attached or answers explained for the quiz question. Many had asked me to give answer for this AC24. They wanted to know more about it. So now next I am going to day 17. It is Thursday, 17th September 2020, and the quiz question was, what is the default value of maximum main imperial bar diameter hash, they call it hash, or imperial bar diameter for American concrete design? So basically maximum bar diameter used in American code had asked, and the answers were A, B, C, D. 4 options were given: 4, 18, 30 and 50. Now this is not, bar diameter is not asked in millimeters. It is not, the correct answer is 18, but 18 is not millimeters. Someone will wonder how 18 millimeter is the maximum bar diameter when even 50 dia bars are available. So 18 is not in millimeters, not in SI system, but 18 is in foot-pound system. It is imperial bar and they call it by 18 hash. And that is equivalent to almost 60 mm dia bar. Okay, that is the maximum bar diameter used. And proof for that answer or reference for this correct answer, which is B, 18 hash, I have given below, attached below, ACI 318 2019 cover page and also page 581 appendix B showing steel reinforcement information. So this is ACI 318, that is the concrete code of USA. ACI stands for American Concrete Institute, and this is very similar to our IS 456 and ACI 318. This is the cover page. This code is available in USA in FPS system also and SI system also. Two versions are always there generally for American codes. And appendix B on page 581 says that steel reinforcement information and ASTM standard reinforcing bars, bar number 3, which is like our 10 mm dia bar. Okay, this is the smallest diameter available in USA and the largest diameter available in USA is 18 number, imperial number 18, which is somewhat near to a 60 mm dia bar. So this is 18 is the correct answer for this. One more reference I have given, and for that STAAD.Pro design parameters, you can also have a look at it. Now the software STAAD.Pro is used extensively for analysis and design of concrete and steel structure, and in that there are, you require to feed STAAD parameters. And for American code 318 technical reference help 3.4 design parameters, table number 3.1 shows maximum diameter of main reinforcement as number 18 bar by default. So default value is in that table in STAAD parameter number 18. So STAAD also will not by default choose maximum diameter more than number 18 bar. Number 18 is the imperial value. Its actual diameter will be somewhere near to 60 mm. So this is answer to the day 17 quiz question. Now going to the last day of this third quiz solution video, that is day 18 quiz question. It was Friday 18 September and the question was, what is the minimum size leg dimension of a fillet weld per American Institute of Steel Construction if material thickness of thinner part joined is over 3/4 of an inch? So what is minimum size of fillet weld as per American Institute of Steel Construction, that is AISC, that is a steel code of America. It is called as AISC. Okay, and that answers 4 options were given. The fillet weld minimum size will be 3/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch or 5/16 of an inch, and the correct answer is D, 5/16 of an inch is the minimum size of fillet weld. And references for that answer I have attached AISC 16, the Steel Code of America cover page I have attached. AISC is American Institute for Steel Construction and 2016 is the latest version available. I have attached a cover page, and section 12J 15.1119 and table J 2.4 is a table for minimum size of fillet welds, and it says that over 3/4 mm 3/4 inch or 19 mm material thickness or thinner part to be joined. For that, minimum size of fillet weld required is 5/16 of an inch or 8 mm. Okay, so these are the minimum fillet sizes explained over here. 5/16 or 8 millimeter is the correct answer or correct size, minimum size of a fillet weld. Now this completes the solutions to day 13 to day 18. 6 days I have covered in this video. So I hope you like it, you're satisfied with the question. If you have any queries, you can ask me. My email ID is given on all the pages, this msgng@gmail.com, or in the comment box below you can ask me the queries. So these codes, 3 important codes, ACI 318, AISC and AC7. These are the 3 important codes of civil engineering in America. And if you want to know more about it, do join my courses. So bye bye and best wishes. Coming soon, uploading soon the fourth solution video to American Code quiz conducted in September 2020. So till then, bye bye to all of you.